We are witnessing the evolution of this market in real time, and a lot of it is definitely centered out on what Ripple has also been doing for so long. And it's so crazy to finally witness this change happening in real time. So welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. So let's actually talk about this big change that is ongoing, which is the focus on tokenization. Okay. There was a post made by Ripple just the other day talking about the estimated amount of tokenization. And tokenization could basically reach 10 trillion by 2030, and crypto exchanges must evolve for the digital asset economy. Now, this doesn't take into accountability how much money is tied to custody services around tokenization, which is well over 10 trillion. I know that there's a few reports on tokenization hitting like 16 trillion as well. So you're talking about in total, roughly like $26 trillion by 2030. And I do think that that's the low end, overall amount that is going to be disrupted around tokenization, because you got to remember, like, once one big institution starts, all of them get in line. So we have, how can they adapt? Institutional grade custody solutions, efficient cross-border payments, unlock revenue from tokenized assets, simplified compliance management, and reduce transaction cost. And this is a full report on this. It's titled, "How Can Crypto Exchanges Future-Proof Their Financial Infrastructure in the Digital Asset Economy?" This was the original report that was quoted, which was tokenized RWAs could grow to a $10 trillion market by 2030 as crypto converges to TradFi. And this is the overall cycle. So again, we're kind of in that turning point where the next stage is going to be a very heightened move in this market. And you can actually see that in the synergy phase. And then after the synergy phase, we get into that maturity phase, which is going to be the, kind of slow and steady. But the synergy phase is the last big one where you see a massive amount of growth. So as we look at this, right, we're kind of nearing that point in time where this space is about to go, from 0 to 100 really quick. And it's all going to be from the institutional side and the enterprise side of things, because retail so far has been the driver, but now that's all going to change. And we actually have down here that the digital asset economy is a fast-growing ecosystem with new use cases rapidly emerging from financial services and an increasing number of institutional investors. From Citi to HSBC, there is clear consensus that tokenization and digital assets will be trillion-dollar markets defining the future of finance. Now, crypto exchanges are at the heart of this, helping to move and manage digital assets around the world. But again, the big thing here, for them to remain competitive, they need to integrate reliable, compliance-focused cross-border payment and custody solutions that meet increasingly sophisticated client demands and satisfy emerging regulatory guidance. Now, how can they do that? Well, through institutional crypto custody and cross-border payment solutions, crypto exchanges can future-proof their offerings. And if we actually look at this, right, we have two solutions quoted here. And here we have digital asset custody by Ripple. And then, of course, cross-border payments quoted by Ripple. And this, we know, is using XRP. We know that XRP is at the heart of that. In terms of custody, again, this is Ripple side of things, right? But if we are talking about custody, if you are going to, custody digital assets, you're going to hold them, but then all of a sudden you're going to sell them or you're going to trade them. XRP could definitely be tapped in there to make it a lot more efficient, but we don't know what the overall agenda is going to be there. But there's a few other things here in terms of like the key building blocks of moving and managing value as well. And here we have the estimate of the $10 trillion, market by 2030. Crypto exchanges need to adapt and prepare for the inevitable shift to digital asset economy. So yeah, I mean, as we really look at this, right, tokenization is going to affect everything. Every single dollar out there in the world, anything of value, we are going to see affected by tokenization. And we also have down here that by future-proofing their digital asset infrastructure, crypto exchanges also gain compelling business benefits. With Ripple Solutions, exchanges can leverage the power of the XRP ledger and its native digital asset XRP to lower transaction fees, cut compliance costs, and grow revenue by unlocking new use cases. And there you actually have it, right? Very significant focus on the XRPL and even XRP. We also have drive revenue, trim compliance cost, and then lower transaction fees as well. Build your financial future today. Now, I didn't want to get into too much here because I have this post over here from XRP drops, and we have the combination of Ripple custody and Ripple payments opens the door to the entire digital asset ecosystem. Ripple custody to offer directional trades and derivative positions, trading of tokenized assets, engage in spot trading across multiple cryptocurrencies, and then of course we have Ripple payments, provide those same customers access to streamlined off ramps. And this is all through, Ripple payments to drive revenue. Again, if I was a business, if I was a company, if I was anything that wanted to make more money, this is a no-brainer move for me. Tapping into Ripple, getting access to the solutions that Ripple has to offer, especially even the ones with XRP and XRPL. If it's going to drive revenue, if it's going to change things that allow me to, conduct business more efficiently, I'm 100% doing it. This is why, as we do start to see the evolution phase of this market, going from retail to institution to enterprises, these projects like Ripple that are utilizing digital assets like XRP, they're going to be the absolute crown kings of this next phase. And if we look at that next phase, right, it's the synergy phase. We're getting right into that point. So there's no turning back. We're now at that turning point, and things are about to change in a very significant way. But also, let's take a look at this, because we got breaking news. Central Bank of Brazil President signals strategic role of tokenization at recent IMF World Bank panel in Washington. Look at this quote here. Banks will slowly move from looking at the balance sheet on an account basis to looking at it on a token basis. And we think that has a lot of efficiency and productivity, Central Bank of Brazil President explained. Tokens are better for banks to manage risk, collateral, and funding. What we are literally witnessing here is the complete change from the traditional way of banking, traditional way of finance, even the traditional way of, transacting. Everything is changing around finance, which is going to change everything around us. DLT, blockchain, crypto, it's all going to be around us. It's going to surround us in everyday life. Everything you do will have some sort of crypto blockchain solution tied into it. I'm telling you guys right now, there is no turning back. Now, as we do think about this, right, how big is XRP and how big is Ripple going to be? Well, just recently, Aurum launched a $1 billion tokenized fund for data center investments on the XRP ledger. And this is with Zonix. Now, Zonix, we've talked about them before. They were one of the big players that actually announced a partnership with Ripple to boost XRP ledger tokenization initiatives. And we can see that this is happening now. This is a very big deal. I want you guys to understand that we are starting to see the tokenization revolution beginning on the XRP ledger. This is happening now. And over here, big shout to Smoke Dog for this. We have the global equity market worth a staggering $109 trillion, stands as one of the largest untapped opportunities for tokenization. With this new partnership with Aurum, the XRP ledger will be able to break into the space, offering the ability to tokenize global equity, bringing shares of companies onto the blockchain. Bullish. Trillions coming to XRP. And yes, for the longest time, you guys probably heard, trillions coming to XRP. Oh, trillions will be on the XRP ledger. It's actually happening. Listen, this is the beginning of it. Starts with billions, then it moves into trillions. We believe there are decades of growth ahead for tokenized assets, and so do market analysts. Here we have future predictions, 30 trillion of tokenized assets by 2034. This is what I mean, right? So if we think about this, we're hearing talks about 10 trillion by 2030. This is how fast this market is going to erupt, right? 10 to 30 trillion in 4 years. That's crazy. And that's from Standard Chartered. We have 16 trillion of tokenized illiquid assets by 2030. BCG, Boston Consulting Group. 5 trillion of tokenized digital securities by 2030. Citi. 2 trillion of tokenized digital securities by 2030. McKinsey and Company. Every single prediction is different when it comes to all of these companies because they can't actually predict this. It's going to move so fast once it begins. And when we look at some of these markets, right, like it's not even taken into accountability global real estate, $300 trillion asset class. There are so many markets out there, derivatives, securities themselves. The DTCC is settling $3 quadrillion worth of securities transactions per year. There is so much money out there. This proves that there will be trillions on the XRP ledger. There's going to be trillions on a lot of these networks in this space. I'm telling you guys right now is not the time to fumble bags. Some of these are set it and forget it bags. Because in a couple years, we're not talking about a 10x or a 100x. Some of these assets in this space have 1000x potential over the course of the next roughly, 6, 10 years. And a lot of people will say like, oh, that's way too long. That's okay. But in the short term, we will also see a very significant growth in this space because the big players are already here. And by the way, here we have at Ripple Swell, this is James Wallace. We think every asset will be on chain. This is also from Artix Exchange's Graham Rodford. He's the same individual that said 30 to 50 trillion on the XRP ledger by the end of 2025. Check this out.
What are your thoughts on the technology, aspect of that and bringing on things like, CSDs into the equation? How do you make these things coexist, but how do you accelerate so you get more benefit?
Yeah, that's probably where I'm a bit more bullish on the adoption of these assets. I mean, we think every asset's going to be on chain. This technology benefits the issuer, the infrastructure, the investor for numerous reasons. So it's inevitable that this is coming. And you mentioned central securities depositories. And for those that don't know, like DTCC, Euroclear, they're kind of the books and records for a lot of publicly traded securities. And every single one of them, Euroclear, Clearstream, DTCC, these guys are looking at tokenization.
And yeah, they are looking at tokenization and they're settling quadrillions of dollars per year. So what does that tell you is coming to this space? I mean, I really do think that everyone needs to wake up and realize that we are now in the phase where this entire space is going to start growing at unseen rates in TradFi. Now, yeah, right now we're still looking at the bull run and we're looking at Bitcoin and we're waiting for alt season. Once we have regulations, there's not going to be talks of cycles anymore. Because from that point on, we're going to see hundreds of trillions of dollars tapped in. We're going to see the biggest names out there tapped in. Mass adoption is going to start to begin. And utility will be the key thing that drives growth in this space. Yeah, I get it. Nobody wants to wait. That's okay. But I have a set it and forget it portfolio on the side that I just won't touch because I personally believe that over the next couple years, there's a lot of money out there. And over the course of the next couple years, a lot of these projects, including, of course, the XRP ledger with XRP, are going to be so significantly valuable that it's going to surprise a lot of people. And it's especially going to surprise a lot of people that either one, sold way too early, or two, just did a complete exit from the space and just forgot about crypto. I want you guys to understand that you need to prepare for what's coming in the inevitable future, which is, massive amounts of growth. I mean, we are literally in that turning point. Focus on that. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, set notifications on for more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.